Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jesse and you are once again watching JLS Comics. I appreciate your press and play. So we're going to do a little bit of a haul. Get some books to show you. We are going to look at some new books. I didn't get a whole lot, as you guys know if you've been watching my videos. My new comics have really been culled quite a bit. My subscriptions are down to just a few. And they don't really warrant these days, for now anyhow, a video unto itself. So I figured I would just combine it with the back issues. I got some today, and I'll tell you that story as we go along. So we're going to look at those first, and then I'm going to get into my list. This is my 2017 want list. Makes sense, it says it right there. And I got something to check off, so we'll get to that at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Okay, so first up we have All New Wolverine, and this is issue number 19, ongoing story by Tom Taylor, and it's got her new costume on it. It's very reminiscent of her tenure with X-Force. You know, it's more of a stealthy suit. It's more tactically suited for her. You know, even though she can heal, even though she can come back from a lot, doesn't mean it still doesn't hurt. So there you go. That's her new costume. It's an important issue. I have KRS art germ coming in the mail, so you'll see that in the next video. It's already in the post. And but I did get this cover here. Okay, that's what they're calling the corner box variant. So there you go. That is also All New Wolverine number 19. That was about a $5 book, so not too bad. Definitely happy to have found that. It was the last issue that they had of that, so I'm glad I got there when I did. I got there a little bit earlier than I normally do. This was also a last issue that they had, so I was glad to get that. That is Harley Quinn number 17. Yes, I'm still picking these up. And especially if I can get the Frank Cho's. I always show these in my videos. This is, of course, Frank Cho, cover B for Harley Quinn. So there you go. Next up, continuing with I Am Bane, is Batman number 20. Next episode, or next issue, is Start of the Button. 4-part crossover. Through this book and through Flash, so you'll see Flash in here as well next time, in the lenticulars, which I have on lock already, so those will for sure be in a haul video at some point. Paper Girls issue number 13 rather. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with this book. It is Brian K. Vaughan, and I do like Cliff Chang. The story's cool and all, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with it. Let me know what you guys think. Is anybody else still reading this? I may move it to digital. I don't know. But we'll see. And then the last book, last but certainly not least, is of course this here. Okay. Superman number 20. That is a really cool cover. I like it. I like it. Peter Tomasi. He's doing a great job. This is one of my favorite, Rebirth titles. I've read quite a few of them. Some of you haven't seen in the videos because I've read them digitally. And I cut a lot of stuff as well. But this is one of my favorites. This has been really good. And I haven't really been somebody who always picks up Superman, or it's not always been something that I read consistently. I'll read the arc, so I'll get the keys and all that. But this particular volume, I definitely have been sticking with because I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's cool. It's good. It's a good. Oh, it sounded weird. Alright, so that's the new issues. Now we're going to move over to some of the back issues. Okay. I'll do Wolverine again. Very cool. Alright, so I actually went to a shop. Should I do that first? What do you think? Yeah, let's do that first. Alright, so I went to a shop the other day, and they have pretty good stuff. I find some, keys and stuff. They are always checking, I feel like they're checking eBay, not when I bring something to the counter, but I hear them, talking about stuff. So I think, they know about, some of the keys that they could find, and they know about this and that. But nevertheless, they still put, some good stuff out in the bins, and I find some cool stuff, some fun stuff. We've seen some of them in some of the previous videos, and they have they have dollar books. This was 25 cents. I couldn't pass this up. It's Witchblade issue number 6. It is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Michael Turner cover. It just seems very, like, I don't know. I really like it. And it was 25 cents. I couldn't say no to that. And that's a run that, you know, if I find some, I'm not like actively putting it together, but if I find some that I don't have and I like the covers, then I'll get them. And then I'll get to a point, and this usually happens, where I collect, you know, sort of piecemeal different runs or minis. And then it gets to a point, because I am a completist, where I'll be like, okay, now I just need to get the last couple just to make it a full, consistent run. So it'll eventually get to that point, but it'll be a while to go for that. Alright, so this is something interesting. I found it was 25 cents also. That's a pretty cool cover, I gotta say. It's called Demonic. Well, the full name in the indicia is Pilot Season Demonic. Alright, so what they did, and this actually had a 5-part mini that just recently ended, which is pretty good. But what they would do, I think it was from 2007 to about 2011, they would put out, you know, once a year, a bunch of one-shots, and this was one of them. And I think it was from, let me see here. Anyways, they would put out a bunch of one-shots, and then people, and this will date it, 2010, okay. So people would vote, like they'd say they'd have like 6 or 7 of these one-shots, and then people would go to the Top Cow MySpace page, of all places, and vote on which ones they liked the best. And the winning ones would get, you know, a mini, or they would get, you know, a title for the year. This came out in 2010. They would have a bunch of different artists, you know, a bunch of big names too, you know, the Hickmans and people like that of the world, and all different. This 2010 pilot season, it was all done by Robert Kirkman. All the covers were Silvestri covers, and then all the interiors were Joe Benitez, who I really like his work. He does Lady Mechanica, and you'll see a little bit of Lady Mechanica later in this haul, but it's just really fantastic work that he does. I really like Joe Benitez. He is, look at that. Okay. So Demonic did not win this year. I forget the 2 that did, but they did bring it to a mini for this year. Well, it started in 2016, so there you go. I thought it was cool. Cool cover and everything, a neat story behind it. This was $1. Just like the cover, you know. It's a, you know, centennial issue, so that's always cool. And John Byrne, you know, beating the crap out of Bullseye. He's all beat up there and stuff. So you know how Daredevil is with the show and everything. So there you go. This was $3. This book was really hot for a while. There's a one where it's a different color. It's a combo pack one, kind of like the issue 5 I showed you guys in my last haul. This is issue 21, and it's the first appearance of Robin. So you know, this book, there was a lot of talk about this particular Robin, and you know, what they were going to do with him. There was a lot of question about him, and people didn't know exactly what was going to happen with this character. So people were speculating on it quite a bit, and I think it kind of died down a little bit, but you know, it was cool. You know, I knew I wanted it just to have it, you know, because I have a lot of the other, you know, Robin stuff, you know, with the Damien and all that, Jason Todd. Yeah, for this one, I didn't have it, and for a while I was like, you know, if I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. And you know, I'm glad I waited, because I found it for $3. Okay, so there you go. Let me take these down. Oop, I don't want you to see what's back there. Okay, so the next thing I got, and actually, okay, so I got this book. I paid for this book. Okay, amazing Delato cover for the current volume of Iron Fist. Okay. This is a store exclusive, and I'm part of a group online that does some cool covers, some exclusives, some variants, and things like that. And they have some insider deals where, you know, some things you can get at cost, which is pretty awesome. So I had bought this, and I paid, you know, a little under $8 just for this one. I bought the one book, and instead of sending me the one book, he also sent me this book. Okay, that's the hip-hop variant. And he sent me this, the black and white. which is pretty cool, right? So I got these 3 books here. Got these 3 books for $8. Amazing. That was pretty awesome. Another book that I picked up recently and I couldn't find, but I knew I wanted, and of course it's a hot book. I have the issue 1, 2, and generally a good story as well. You know, it's not just specking just for spec, or, you know, it was opted, or, you know, that's the buzzword these days. It's a good freaking story. It's Heathen number 2. I actually bought 2 copies, and I sold one to somebody, so just happy to have done that. And I think they got a pretty good deal on it. Alright, and then we got this here, Mighty Captain Marvel. That is issue number 3. Venomized, and that's by Crain. Clayton Crain is a badass artist, freaking awesome, super cool, all that jazz, all those words that mean I like it. Okay. So we're gonna get into a couple books that I paid basically like 30 cents for, and then I'm gonna show you some books that I got a freaking good deal on, but they were a little bit more than the 30 cents. And then I will show you what's behind here. And I think you will like it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just in case it like falls down or something, because you know how these things go. And like I said last time, I don't have time to edit out right now. Okay? So I'm giving you like the back to the basics type of like, you know, simple story. Simple video. I can't put in all the flourishments that I've been doing lately. Lo siento. Alright, so Lady Mechanica. It's like 30 cents for that. Cool, right? Speaking, like I said, speaking of Joe Menendez. Alright, and there's another cover for issue 3. Okay, that was also 30 cents. This is issue 4. It's funny because I have issue 1. I have a couple versions of issue 1. Editions, whatever you want to call them. So I got to kind of fill that a little bit more, and you know, each of these he likes to do a bunch of the different covers for it. So this was 30 cents also. It's Wildcats number 12, and why, might you ask, did I get a random issue of Wildcats covert action teams? Well, I'll tell ya. I was kind of like skimming through on the top of the books, you know, going through the log books like we do, and I saw it. You know, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like Wildcats, and then I noticed a little bit of silver Sharpie on the top, and I'm like, hey. The way this goes like that looks familiar. Let me just go ahead and pick that up. And this gentleman did the cover as well. Turns out I was right. And no COA or anything, but it is a Gimli Signature. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to pick up a Gimli Signature for 30 cents all day. Same with this. First printing, it's Saga, issue number 2. It was 30 cents. It's a first printing. There is a second printing, and the way you can tell is on the second printing, the lettering is in white. Alright, so issue number 2 for 30 cents. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, so then we got Batman number 8, Batman number 9. We also got Batman number 10, and there's a 1/100 of this that I really want, where it's like kind of like a sketch. Batman number 12, Batman number 20, Batman 32, nice Darwin Cook, 37, Batman number 40. Okay, all that whole Batman, those were all 30 cents each. Really fleshed out my Batman run. And I jumped back into comics a little bit after. Actually, I jumped onto Batman right when, I think it was issue 41 was super heavy. That whole storyline. So I was kind of late to that run. Missed out on some of them, but I was able to catch up, and you'll see something here in a minute that's pretty cool also. Alright, so I am collecting, you know, like if I'm not collecting a full run, I'll be collecting a set, like if they do variants like this, you know, I will want all of the set of that. So there's a few of these. You've seen a couple in my videos in the past. This is a Tron variant, okay? It's Secret Avengers number 7, Moon Knight, of course. And this is done by Mark Brooks. Really, really cool cover. I am looking for a couple more. The Captain America I'm looking for, as well as the Wolverine Tron variant. So those are the next 2 that hopefully you'll see, assuming I can find them, in my upcoming hauls here. So there's that one. And I'm missing a book, son of a biche. Oh, I got it. All right. I am picking up the Manaras. Okay, so this is Uncanny Avengers number 8, and this is a Milo Manara cover. Really, really beautiful. I just love his art style. Love the way he does the female form, and just the way it's sort of just really painted and artistic. Just something about it. It's different, and I really like it. Okay, so I was talking about Batman. I was able to find this. Oh, these were all half price. So these were, I think, like 15 each, something like that. This was half price also, so I paid like $22 for it. 22 bucks. That's Batman for New 52, of course. Issue number 1. This is a 1 in 25, I think. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but yeah, it's a Ethan Van Sciver cover. Really cool. Glad to have found that. And then, did somebody say Batgirl? That is actually the only Zenescope that I own. This is Hellchild number 5. Web store only exclusive. There's 500 of these only. And you can see a cover price here of $30. Again, it was half price, so I paid 15 bucks for that. And I don't normally mention the prices, but when I get like some really good deals or something, I'm gonna let you know that, because part of that, it's part of the fun of this, finding the deals. But I like this cover here. I think it's cool. There's another one where I think she's in black, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, there you go. That is I think these are the cosplay variants or something, but it's cool. All right, so now it is time to take a look at the book behind here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So on our system, pause the video, and down in the comments, tell me what book you think it is. And if you go ahead, even if you follow me on Instagram, I do my still shots, so you get a preview of it, there. Also, sometimes on Facebook in the groups, I'll throw up a picture. So if you've seen that, go ahead and write it anyways. But if you ever want like a preview of my books, I don't know why you would, just go ahead and look for me on Instagram or Facebook. I usually put up the pictures kind of like right when I get them or soon thereafter. Alright, so these are my books. I've already gotten the Spidey, I got the Thor, I got the 607, the G.I. Joe 218, which is a really nice art germ cover. Making my way through the Tomb Raiders and stuff, so pretty good progress so far. But we get to cross off another book, and it is a book that I've always wanted. It's got so many first appearances in it that I never thought I would be able to own this book just because of the pricing. And it is a book that if you are an X-Men fan, this is the book to get. If you're a comic book fan, this is one of the books to get, you know what I mean? Bronze Age, it's this, and Hulk 181, in my opinion, are the books to get. And I've always wanted this book. This was on my want list, of course. It was on my list last year. It's just been something that I've always wanted. Big fan of a lot of these characters. It is the third appearance of Wolverine, but the second full appearance is basically the current understanding for it. So cameo would be 180, first full 181, and then we jump to this giant size X-Men number 1, 1975. Colossus, Storm, I think Nightcrawler also, Dave Cockrum Creations. And also, we get to see, as a baby, Colossus's sister, Ilyana Rasputin, who later becomes Magic. So it's kind of her first appearance also, and I'm a big Magic fan, so, I'm really proud and happy to have owned this book. I got an amazing deal on it. I'm not going to tell you the price. If you want to know, send me a private message on Facebook and I'll tell you. But I don't really want to say it here. But with some of the, mid or lower grade books, even with those, I want something that presents very well. I'd probably put this at about like a 6.57 maybe. It's got some tanning, a little bit of bending here. There's a chip there, a couple of things on the back. The spine's nice and straight. It presents really, really well. It's clean. It's complete, you know, it's got, you know, fairly sharp edges. The spine isn't rolled or bent. And, you know, you see a lot of these, you know, when they're really, really beat up and dirty and bent. There's no, you know, like creasing or anything. It's in a top loader. I'm going to leave it in there. But it presents super, super well. And I think some of this could be pressed out a little bit. And I might be able to get it up to like an 8 or so, 8.5, if I was really lucky. And go check out the prices for like an 8.0 giant size X-Men. I did not pay that price, I guarantee you. Alright, so let's go ahead, and I've been waiting to do this for years. Let's cross off giant size X-Men #1. Can't believe I'm doing this, guys. Finally got this book. For me, that is a big grail book. That is something I've always wanted. Actually, just like the Amazing Spider-Man 300. That was on my list last year. I didn't get it. I got it this year. I got a nice slab for it. Yeah, so I'm super happy. I'm really proud to have this book, guys. Yeah, and I think I got some really good deals here. Some beautiful covers, beautiful books. If it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I always have videos like this going up. We get the live show, a lot of different things on this channel. So, and if you are still here with me, I'm hoping that means you liked the video. So if you would, please go ahead and hit that like button. That'll tell me that I should go ahead and keep doing these. And as always, you know, comments down below, questions, anything else that you want to say within reason, go ahead and put that down there. And that will do it. This is Jesse here, JLS Comics, and this has been another comic book haul. See you guys soon.